Once again, thank you for this opportunity, and we do share our condolences with you.
Well, thank you so much.
But I know this is bittersweet, but it's 40 years of Dollywood.
I know.
And every year you're back, and every year you are opening the doors to thousands, millions of people, and there's something new every year. How much of a fingerprint do you put on that experience when people walk through the gates and there's some new show or some new ride?
Well, don't you see it? Have you spent much time here?
Yes.
My fingerprints are everywhere. They call me the dreamer in chief because I'm always involved in when we plan new things, and we try to connect it to parts of my life and to Dollyize it, we kind of call it, to kind of make sure that people can feel the connection, not just, having just stuff out there just to have stuff, even in the name or the way that we surround it, with the countryside or whatever. So it's important, even with our hotels and resorts, we try to kind of, what people can feel like, that my presence is there, at least like you said, my fingerprints are there. So I'm involved because I love getting with the crew every year when we plan new things, to talk it down, to see what would be good, and then how we can kind of make it personable for me and for them.
You are known worldwide as Dolly Parton, the incredible singer, songwriter, actress. But there's a whole slew of young kids out there who know you as the book lady.
I know, and I'm proud of that. I love that. I always tell the story about my dad got a bigger kick and thought that he was prouder of me being the book lady than he was that I was a star, I think.
Which title do you embrace more so, the superstar or the book lady?
Well, actually, all of it's part of me. I am a girl of many colors, and I've lived a life of many colors, so all of those pieces are me. I mean, they're all important to me, but I love the kids. Grew up in that big old family, so I have a great love for kids. I love my little nieces and nephews, and I love all kids. So the fact that I can do something to help children in their young life to learn to love to read, because it is my philosophy that if you can read, you can be self-educated. You can find a book on anything you want to know about. So it's a crippling thing if you can't read, just like one of the reasons I started the Imagination Library, because my own daddy couldn't read and write, because he grew up like we did in a very rural area, but in those mountains, a lot of times the schools are far away and they have big families and the kids have to go to work to provide for the rest of the family. So a lot of kids and a lot of people don't get a chance to be educated. So that was one of the reasons that I started the Imagination Library, because I believe if you can learn early, because my dad, after he was grown, he didn't think he could learn to read. And because it was just a thing that he felt either too embarrassed to do it or just felt it was out of reach for him then. But Daddy was really smart. I've often wondered what all Daddy would have done had he been able to do that. So I want to give any and everybody a chance, to have at least the chance to learn to read. Because even if you're too poor to get a college education, as I mentioned, you can get a job. You can learn about what you want to if you can read.
Reading can take you everywhere and anywhere you want it to be. Let's talk about another wonderful event coming, and that is Dolly, the musical, an original musical. It's going to be staged, of course, at Belmont. Bring us up to date on the process. Where do things stand now? And who would make the perfect Dolly?
Oh, we've got several people trying out. We have not chosen the right one yet. We did put out a cattle call, as they call it, and audition tapes, and we have gotten some really great people. And we're not certain yet. We haven't, but we are in Nashville now. They've been in and out of New York for the last, several months trying to help put it together, because I couldn't go to New York, because my husband was not well and I refused to leave town. So they've all been coming here. And so we're in the process now of just making sure that the show has got all the right elements, what songs we need to take out, if we need new and different songs once we start, the acting. So we're really way far down the road, and we're going to premiere it. I think they said July the 18th? Yes. That we're going to do the premiere.
Right,
it's going to be a worldwide premiere. But we're going to be previewing it before that. And then after it premieres, we're going to be at the Fisher Center several weeks more before we take it to New York to Broadway.
Did you ever think, Dolly on Broadway? You've been on the stage, you've been in front of a camera on the big screen, now a Broadway stage.
Well, I've thought about it for many, many years. I always thought it would be a great story, my life story. And I did write the music for the 9 to 5
Right.
Broadway musical,
Right.
but that was just the music. That was not my life. That was just the character I played, and I wrote all the songs for all the characters. But this is a whole new thing. I had no idea how hard they work, what a strange process it really is. But I've really enjoyed watching it and learning how all of that stuff works, the sets, and how they are able to move that back and forth. But this, I want to say, a lot of people say, because they know me as the book lady, but this is a different, I'm a girl in many colors, as I mentioned, but this is not like young kid friendly. This is kind of the story of my life, and I want people to know if before they decide to bring their little children, young children, the parents need to see this first if they think, because it's, there's a lot of different things going on, a lot of, different language, some things that kids would say, if I'd have known that, I wouldn't have taken my kids, because it's just my life's journey. A lot of people are in and out, so we touch on a lot of subjects that might not be appropriate. There's some cussing and some innuendo, a lot of stuff that is not necessary. It's not the Dolly story from the little golden book. We do touch on all that, but it's not a show just for. It's not a show for little children.
It's your life.
It's my life.
It's your life.
That is part of my life, but it talks about how I got to where I am. So I just want people to know that.
In the vast, and I'll make this quick, your vast career, a lot of things have happened. Is there any moment that was this unexpected moment that has just took your breath away? Because a lot of things you've experienced in them, but anything that just took that breath away?
That's a good question. I've never been asked that before. But any time that I've had a dream that really I see come true, when I really see it happening, that takes my breath away. Like if I see the show and if it gets on to Broadway, like I had hoped and planned, and if it's a success, that will take my breath away. But anytime they tell me like that we're heading toward 300 million books for children, that should take your breath away, because it makes you feel like that all your planning and all your dreaming and all your hard work has paid off. But I don't recall just a moment that just hit me like that's the greatest moment. But there are great moments in my life, like when I got put in the Songwriters Hall of Fame, the Nashville one and the big one, that has all the biggest writers. That took my breath away. And then, when I get honored at things like the Kennedy Center, those things are breathtaking moments. So, and I'm very grateful for all of that. And then when I was watching my life story, watching other people play it out, I thought, wow, how did I have time to do all that? How did I get all that done? I'll tell you how, because I was surrounded by great people. God has always blessed me with great people that have helped me through every phase of my journey. So that's breathtaking.
Yeah, you're breathtaking.
Yeah.
You are breathtaking. We all marvel at what you do and what you have done and what you will do. So thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you. I'm glad to finally get to talk to you.
I am so glad I finally get this opportunity too. You are a blessing.
Thank you.
Thank you.